Hey guys, I'm super excited to be here. My name is Tammy Anderson Ward. I'm the conference producer from the Energy Healing Conference, and I've just been sitting here thinking about this year. We've already done so many conferences just in this year in 2024. And it just feels so good. You know what I mean? To have so many new connections, new friendships. I personally have found some missing pieces to my own health journey at the conferences, and I have felt so much joy in my heart area. It's just like this huge expansion. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has either come to our conferences, who has supported our conferences, who maybe you couldn't come live, but you participated and supported us in other ways. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are going to be coming to Idaho 2 more times this year. We have one coming up in Idaho Falls on May 11th. That's Mother's Day weekend. And so if you are interested in coming to that one specifically, I want to go ahead and give you the link so that you can check out the details. If that's kind of an area that you are from or that you associate, you're in that area, right? And I also want to give you some free tickets today for that particular conference. So, Christina, welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining us. So here's the link for the Idaho Falls. You can just go straight to energyhealingconference.com if you want, and then just click across the tabs. Across the top, it says the events locations, right? So it will actually say Idaho Falls, Idaho right there. And then you can also click on where it's talking about the speakers. So that's just in case you want to come back for more or you haven't been to one this year. I want to make sure that you are able to see that. So I'll add one more link here. This one is so that you can find out which speakers are going to be there. And I just got off of an interview with a naturopath who is going to be joining us. She specializes in working with families, and I'm just thrilled to have her there. Her name's Faith Nelson. So if you haven't met her yet. So that's what we have coming up pretty soon in the next little while. That's going to be on Mother's Day weekend, May 11th. And we also have, let me see here, our big energy healing conference that everyone looks forward to all year long is going to be happening in Sandy, Utah. It's the Salt Lake area. And that one particularly is humongous. It's a lot of fun. We have about 3,000 to 4,000 people there that are projected, expected to be there, about 160 booths, which I cannot believe they are going so fast. So for those of you who are national or even international that would like to attend that, but you've been kind of putting it off, please reach out to us. My email is tammy@hopehavenevents.com because we can work out a payment plan with you to be there if that's something that you're interested in. This is my email just for your consideration, so you have that. And yes, it is so good. In fact, Christina, send me an email and I'd be happy to hook you up with a free general session ticket. In addition to that, we also will have some volunteer opportunities because it's such a big event that there's no way we can cover all of it. Like Kathy and Braxy and I cannot be in 20 places at once, right? So it's going to be really fun. And here's the link for that one as well so that you can check that one out, Christina. And where are you located at? Like we have people come from all over the place for that one. Even at some of our conferences that we've recently done, we we had people come from Canada to come and speak. And Rimsha, who just came, oh my gosh, Rimsha's room was packed. Was anybody in Rimsha's room? It was so full. And she's from Virginia. Well, she's originally not from Virginia. She's originally from Pakistan, but then lives in Virginia. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We had a packed house, right? Wasn't that a fun party? So I just got a question. When is that one? I may come over. I'm trying to make it to Utah more often. So it is June 28th and 29th. And I'd also like to just share with you briefly here just a couple of things about that one. Because it is our big, huge, 10-year celebration. It's our 10-year anniversary. We hired one of my favorite bands called the Old School Band. They're coming in. They're playing 80s, 90s music, 70s, 80s, and 90s music. Some of my favorites like Fleetwood Mac. Gotta love some Stevie Nicks in there, right? Some Beatles and some really just like fun, like let loose and relax and sing and have a good time. So we will be doing some awards at the beginning of that celebration. This is all happening Friday night. And then during the rest of that party, we're going to have a dance party. So you'll have to come and celebrate with us for that one as well. More information is for sure coming. We have a lot more details coming on that one. So you'll want to stay tuned for sure. Yeah, like that's totally my jam. I love it. Did you have a good time at the conference, Christina? So yeah, here is the Facebook group the Facebook event for that Sandy one. You'll want to go ahead and mark yourself as going on that one. And then you can find out more details as they're coming out, because there's a lot more details coming out. We have Dr. Thornton Streeter, who's from the UK, who's coming to that one as well, bringing technology like the biofield viewer and talking about the cutting edge research that's been done in the energy medicine community. And we have researchers, physicists, like it's going to be so bomb. I'm so excited for it all. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about some of the fun. I'm going to go ahead and bring on one of the most popular speakers that was there in the house. This is Denisha Christensen. If you got the privilege of going to her class, either in Boise or St. George, where else have you been, my friend?
Hey, hi. I spoke at Lehigh at a different conference earlier this year, and then I'll be with you guys in Idaho Falls in May, and then at the Sandy one in June. So super excited.
Yeah, so you've been all over the place, and now people are like talking, saying you got to go to Denisha's class, and that's so fun to hear those kind of comments coming in. Definitely. But tell me what were some of your favorite things about the conference in Boise?
Oh man, I love connecting with more people. It was fun to see some old friends from the last conference, from the St. George conference. Like, okay, we're all going to these same ones, right? And then it was fun to meet new people and new vendors and speakers that were just there for the Boise one. I loved connecting with, I can't remember, Walter was his first name. I can't remember his last name. His wife spoke
Walter
about.
Lawrence. Yeah.
And they
Walter
did
and Melody. Weren't they awesome?
Yeah, that was super fun. And then I didn't get a chance to go to the class because it was at the same time as mine, but in the VIP night, I loved connecting with the gentleman that was teaching about the colon health stuff. I was like, what? Who knew?
Yeah.
His class, his information seemed really awesome. Rimshaw, of course, was a gem. We're going to be collaborating in the future, doing some stuff because we have a really similar end goal in mind. We just kind of go about it in different ways. And so it's like, it'll be super fun to connect and collaborate and do some fun stuff. So connecting with her, Shelly Joe and her amino acids, always fabulous. Kathy Watts, is that the one that did the home stuff? Love what she teaches and how she teaches it, and like setting up your home for your maximum flow and success and healing and all that. Just so many awesome different speakers and vendors. So fun.
Oh yeah, such a blast. Well, cool. I love hearing about some of your favorite things. Now, how was Boise different for you than St. George? Like, what was the biggest thing that stood out to you as a speaker and somebody who, is coming into the conferences? What was some of the big takeaways and standouts for you?
Smaller. Boise was definitely kind of a more intimate feel. The classrooms were smaller. There was less people there, and so you could connect with more people one-on-one. So that was really fun. I didn't know how it would work out as far as me and the people that I would connect with and be able to have join my program. I had actually more people join my program in Boise than did in St. George, which was odd and just interesting because there was way less people. So it was like, okay, you just never know, right?
Yeah.
Just connecting with those people who are ready for what you have to bring to the table. The venue, being in the hotel was fun. In St. George, we were in it was still the hotel, but it was kind of more of the side stuff. And this was you're right there in the middle and had the restaurant and the different setup and stuff. So nothing that was better or worse, just different vibes to it. Were you expecting as many people as came to Boise? Because those rooms were packed, and I had a lot of people we wish there was more space in the rooms. I was like, I think they weren't expecting this many people.
We were expecting that many people.
Okay.
However, when there is such packed classrooms, people tend to go to the vendor space, not try to pack in like sardines that.
Yeah.
It definitely, after reading the reviews, people are like, can you please plan for bigger classrooms next time? And I'm like, yes, I will. So I definitely will. In fact, we had rented a whole nother room and we could have utilized that differently had we known what the numbers were going to be like. We had 100 people sign up the night before, which was really exciting
No
for
way.
us. But yes, exactly. Midge is saying the perfect people showed up in Boise. Who was
Oh, for
supposed to
sure.
be there totally showed up, and we're really glad that they did. What we did learn was that it's people are interested. We're ready to go. So I've already let people know. Yes, we will be coming back to Boise. We will definitely be planning on different classrooms. We want more space so that more people can get into the classes that they want. We did end up with over 400 people. So we had 3 classrooms that could see, originally we had 30 in each one, but we ended up adding more seats. So then we ended up having 40 seats in each one. And then the premium room, we ended up putting 45 in that one. And yeah, they were packed all day long throughout the whole day. So the vendor spaces were solid. I had so many people say it never stopped. Like it just kept coming. The registration was just very like flowing and just constant. So it was just exactly what we want. We'll definitely be
Beautiful
back.
event.
Yeah, absolutely. I would also love to just kind of maybe turn the time over to you even for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes
Okay.
to share anything else that maybe you wanted to add, but you ran out of time and didn't get to share, or if there were any certain connection opportunities that you just really appreciated that I'd love to have you kind of elaborate on. And also maybe give people another chance to talk about how they can connect with you and get in if they were maybe in St. George and now they're watching thinking, well, dang, I should have jumped on that, you know? Or if they were in Boise, but they didn't get into your class because it was so full. I'd love to have you just go ahead and kind of expand on that a little bit. Is that okay?
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what my hair is doing. I'm like,
It's,
all
it's
the whispering is
awesome.
breaking up. I'm like, woo, we're like a waterfall coming off the top of my head, which is perfect for spring, right? All the snow runoff and the melt and everything. Just so fun. Well, thank you, Tammy, for the chance to be on here and to chat and to connect with you all. I can't see any of the comments or anything, so we'll have to have Tammy, if there's someone that's commenting or asking questions, please pop on and let me know so I can address specific things. I love being able to connect with so many of you and share my passion, which is how to combine music and movement to awaken your intuition. Everything that you want as a woman is in a higher vibration. If you think about what are the things that you want out of life? So most of us, when I work with my clients, it's I want better relationships with my spouse and with my kids or with my boyfriend. I want to have more wealth, more prosperity in my life so that I feel like I can actually do the things that I want to do and spend my time the way that I want to instead of trading dollars for hours, right? Or just trying to like minimize and live below what you really know that you should be living life as a woman. Um, I want to spend my time on things that I love instead of on things that I have to be doing. I want to have to feel supported and to feel loved. And what I hear most from women is I want to have the confidence and the certainty that I know that I'm on the right path, that I know that I'm fulfilling my mission, that I'm here doing what I came to do, whether that's individually or in your business or as a mother or as a wife, in whatever way it is. We want that confidence and we want that clarity to know that we're on the right path. And if you narrow all these things down into, instead of things, emotions, what we're looking for is peace, is joy, is connection, clarity, and confidence. Those are probably the main things that we're really looking for in those emotions, because we think that we want things, but really it's an emotion that that thing will bring us. And that's why we want it, is because of what we think it will bring. I don't know what to do with this little hair. I'm just going to stop worrying about it. And so when we focus on the emotions of what we want, or excuse me, of why we want those things, then you can start using music and movement to help you to create this life that you're wanting to live. So everything, those emotions that we just talked about, the peace, the confidence, the clarity, the wealth, the prosperity, the connection, the laughter, the trust, those are all high vibration emotions. So when we can use music to help us to up level our emotions and really connect with the vibration of the life that we want to live, then it happens more easily. and it happens more quickly than any other way that I have found. So I teach in my class and in my business and my programs, I teach women how to use music and movement to up level their connection, their frequency, their vibration, and really tune in to your intuition, because that is what gives you the confidence, the clarity. That's what gives you the peace. That's what gives you the joy. It all comes from inside of you. And we look in all these different ways, all these different people or classes or courses or books or podcasts or whatever, right? And those are all wonderful, good things. I love every single one of those things. But ultimately, none of that gives you the confidence and the clarity that you're looking for. That has to come from inside of you. That comes from your relationship with you. And we talk all the time about developing relationships of trust, that know, like, and trust, right? With other people, with even with God. But what about that relationship with you? Because God speaks through you. God manifests himself through you. And so it comes back to you developing that relationship with you and learning how to use music, any type of music, to do that. And also learning how to use my favorite medium of movement, which is belly dancing. Because belly dancing was created by women for women to celebrate women. And it accentuates and helps to move and bring flow to all the parts of a woman's body that are her superpowers, our sacral chakra, from our pelvis and our belly button around through our hips and through our lower back. And so that's what I teach about, is how to bring all of this together and help you focus on the music and the movement to bring that clarity, that intuition, that dream, I call it that life of magic and miracles, into reality, using music and movement to help facilitate that and do that more quickly and more easily than any other way that I have yet found. So tell me, what questions do you have about this? What questions do you have about this process that maybe some of our listeners might have as well?
Well, if somebody didn't get a chance to go to the conference, so if someone wasn't able to and they
Okay.
want to work with you, where do they go? I
Okay.
want to know where they go to learn more.
Perfect. Well, my Instagram account is where we're most active, and that is I am Denisha Christensen. Oh, Misty Lynn, thank you so much. It was so fun to have you there. So I am Denisha Christensen is my Instagram account, or you can go to Tammy will put in the, if you still have that, Tammy, from last time, I didn't send it to you this time, but that link for the class website. If you don't have it, let me know and I can go ahead and share that with you and you can post it later. But the class, so I have a whole program, a 4-month program that I've created called Danza, that leads you through each of these processes. It's 10 lessons spread out over 4 months with live coaching calls and one-on-one coaching and Q&As and all sorts of things to help you to figure out how to do this. Because so many people are like, oh, I don't dance. I don't have any background in dance, or I'm not a musician. I'm like, do you have hips? Do you listen to music? Do you have ears? Perfect. You can do this. And it's so fun because, so you're saying if you were in that class, what I want you to experiment with either now or later is start doing some movement that has you move your hips. So actually, I'm just going to stand up and we're just going to do this just for a second. I'll move my camera around over here. So most people, when I tell them to stand up and dance, they'll just do like that side to side, back and forth, right? And that's all in your feet. If you think about that or notice that, none of the rest of your body is moving, you just your feet. But then we take that same motion, and when we tap our foot, if we bring our hip up and we pop our hip out, pop, pop, all of a sudden now we're getting movement in our sacral chakra, which for women is our superpower. And so that's what we do through this process, is we help you to create movement, to create flow, to create healing and growth in this sacral chakra area. And for a lot of women, it's super uncomfortable. When I had them get up in my class and do this movement, so many women were like, oh, I'm so embarrassed, or this or that, right? But they all started laughing, they started giggling, and people are smiling. And I was like, see what happens, even though you're maybe a little bit fearful or worried about this process, you're immediately laughing, you're immediately smiling. That's what happens when we dance. That's what happens when we're moving and when we're flowing and when we're not worried so much. We're out of our head and into our bodies. And so it was perfect to help women to get into their sacral chakra and start making connections there with that, because it is your superpower. That is where you hold your superpower as a woman. I can't stress that enough. And for me, we've talked about this before. For me, thank you, everybody. For me, this manifested in lower back pain. That's how I started to realize I am not connecting with my feminine energy. I am not in flow. I am not, I was denying essentially all the pieces that were important to me as a woman. I wasn't taking time to rest. I wasn't taking time to receive help and support. I felt like I had to control and do everything on my own. I didn't enjoy sexual intimacy because I was like, we don't have time for this. And it takes too long to get to an orgasm. And I didn't orgasm until we've been married over 10 years because I just didn't even know it was a thing. And once I realized, oh my gosh, I wasn't even taking the time for my body to get to a state where it could orgasm and could experience a sexual pleasure, because I was never willing to take enough time to just relax and slow down and enjoy the process. And now I have 10 to 15 orgasms every time we make love, because I've learned to listen to my body and she speaks to me and we connect together, and I'm in this feminine energy and my husband loves to bring me joy and pleasure. And it has changed literally every part of our lives, my life, and then letting that change the way that I interact and connect with my husband and my kids and my clients and my coworkers and my community and my congregation at church. It affects everything. When a woman heals, she facilitates and allows and invites healing to everybody in her life, because instead of her pushing and working so hard and feeling constantly burned out and frustrated, she gets to live in flow, and she gets to live in love and connection and joy and pleasure. And as a woman, that is what you are here to experience. I'll talk all day about this. So.
I love this. Well, when I met your husband at the conference, I said, "Oh, so you're the lucky guy." And
I know.
he's just kind of like,
the poor man. He's a very private person, and I'm like, let's talk about everything with everyone. And he's just like, oh my gosh. So it's funny. It's funny. We're a good team.
I love it. Well, I appreciate you coming on so much, because yeah, I think it's really important for a lot of people. And I'm all like blushing because I was gonna say something and I'm like, I gotta filter myself a little bit.
Say it, Tammy, say it.
No, I'll have to pay for it later. My husband's a little bit more of the hesitant one. But yeah, having pleasure and joy. I'll just say this: having pleasure and joy as a woman is a good thing, right? Like, it's not just for everyone else; it's like for us too. So,
well, and can I just throw this little tiny piece out there? I want you to start thinking about the idea that the way you do one thing is the way that you do everything, which includes the way that you do sex is the way that you do everything. And when I realized that, I was like, oh, but it is so true. And so, change your sexual relationship, you'll change the way that you live your life in all the other aspects. So we'll talk more about that another time. But
like, if my husband wasn't so private and didn't care, I would probably say a lot of things. But right now, I probably better not. And we're getting a little bit of trolls because of some of the words that we use. So I'm reading people for their inappropriate comments that they are saying. There's just trolls that sometimes get attracted to some keywords or whatever. So anyway, well, okay. So let's see. What else do you want to add? Is there any vendors or other speakers that you haven't mentioned yet that you wanted to like give a shout out to? Or let's see, you said Melody and Walter Watts. Loved those guys. In fact, I did an appointment with them yesterday and felt like I found a missing piece for my own health journey as well.
Love that.
So that was really cool.
The immersion people, the people that we had at the for the VIP, and then they were in the booth. So when I'm at my booth, I'm not getting a ton of time to go around and connect with everyone else, right? So, but they were my booth neighbors. Yeah. They were fantastic. Their facility was amazing. I have the cutest picture of me with my head poking out of the little
I have that
little sauna thingy. I'm like,
that was the best. And your friend,
highly recommend.
And your friend that was from the Boise area that was with you, I went up to her and I'm like, can I just like touch your face? And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I won't. I believe in consent, so that's why I asked first. But she was like, all right.
Go ahead. She's great.
Lovingly touched her face. I'm like, you're so cute.
They were fabulous. And then the Reiki people on the other side of me, I can't remember what their
Christina
business.
Sosa.
Yes. They were fantastic. They were packed all day long with people doing their Reiki sessions. It was absolutely beautiful. Tam Pendleton, I finally got to meet her and get to know her a little bit. Fabulous. Like, so, I mean, everybody there was exceptional.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much. I just wanted to share with you this other shout out that Midge gave to you. She says, I love how diverse the EHC offerings were that were brought to this event, like Denisha's, movement and music. And yeah, I had a lot of people comment as well how much they appreciated what you were doing too. So
thank you.
Very, very cool. I love it.
It was funny. My assistant came, and this is the first time she's heard me speak. We've been virtual and everything, but she was like, I thought that your class was going to be like wild and crazy and like really like buoyant and stuff. And she's like, I was surprised at how like spiritual and connected you were. And I'm like, because for me, that's like the reason behind all this is to bring women into greater alignment with their highest self and their creator, whatever that looks like for you and whatever you call that. This is, and with every vendor and speaker that I spoke with, I was like, we're all trying to do the same thing of helping more people to connect to their truest self and to their creator. And we all do it in different ways, the ways that speak to us, because different things speak to us and different things speak to other people. So 100%. 100%.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, I'm going to have, when I have you get off the screen in just a moment, if you can go ahead and send me that link for your course. I actually couldn't find that. And I want to make sure that we're able to share that with people who might still be interested. And so if you can go ahead and do that, that would be great. And then I want to go ahead and also do a giveaway right now for anybody who is interested in attending the Idaho Falls Energy Healing Conference. I have a pair of tickets that I'd like to do as a giveaway for that. And then I also have a pair of tickets to our big summer energy healing conference as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link for the Facebook page for that. So you guys can go ahead and start following that. You can find out more about that. Denisha will be there as well at both the Idaho Falls and the Summer Energy Healing Conference. And if somebody has already been to one of your classes, is it the same kind of thing? Are you changing it up? Go ahead and maybe talk to that point as well.
The Idaho Falls will be a similar one because it's a entirely different group of people. For the Boise one, thank you, Esperanza, SB. For the Boise one, I'm actually, because I'm speaking twice, and so I'm actually toying with doing my presentation that teaches people about it in one of them, and then doing an actual danza class where I actually lead you through all the music and movements. So that will definitely be something that you'll want to come to, and it'll be helpful if you know kind of a little bit more about it and the whys behind it. So coming to the Idaho Falls one, I'll send you the link too. I have a freebie video that I've recorded that teaches what I taught there for people that weren't able to make the class. I can go ahead and share that link as well, and people can get on that and get some more of that information. It would be fabulous.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll let you go so you can go grab that link, and then you can either share it to me in the private chat or wherever. Just let me know where to go.
And Thank you so much for having me on, Tammy. You're fabulous. I'm always blown away with how amazing you are and how awesome your events are that you put on. You're just top notch all the way around.
Thank you. Even with the too small of classes, I felt so bad about doing those reviews.
Nobody's perfect. My mom keeps pointing out all my typos in my reels and stuff, and I'm like, I'm a human here.
That's awesome. You're like, you can't edit every single one.
Yep, exactly. Nope.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Associating with you.
Thank you. We really appreciate having you a part of our stuff too, and just the huge smiles that people have when they come out of your classes and stuff.
Thank you. So, thank you. That's
awesome. You bet. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to cut you off.
Saying, see you later.
We're just saying that. Okay. Well, I'm like, I'm not a jerk. I swear I'll bring you back on. I'm sorry about that. Well, I am going to go ahead and go. I want to stay on long enough to grab her link and to do some giveaways. So if you are in the Idaho Falls area or you have friends who are in the Idaho Falls area, would you please go ahead and tag them in the comments or grab this video and share it over to them so that they know. And of course, this is going to be people who are interested in this type of topics and area of interest, right? Yes. And if you are in the Salt Lake area and you would also like some tickets for there, go ahead and just put Big Summer Conference down in the comments, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab the first 2 people for either Idaho or for the summer. And then I will send you the link and get you registered in advance. This is for a general admission ticket. That is good for the either day. You can go either day, or you can go both. Lots of people travel in from out of state. It seems like the out of staters, they are there for both days, there for all of it. And then the people that are, maybe a little bit more local are like, oh, like, like, oh, I better just go to like one class. Like, no, dude, this is for the whole thing. This is the world's largest energy healing conference. I am so proud of what we do with what we do. And, I can't wait to have you guys be more of a part of it. It's so good. So it looks like we have Diana Stoker as a ticket person. And then whoever just tagged Melanie Nelson Jacobson and Angela Cowling, I cannot see your name. So will you go ahead and message me? Here's my email one more time so that you can see that. If I miss you, because sometimes on this platform, because there's so many comments that are going, I can't tell. And it doesn't even say your name. It just says Facebook user, right? Like, I'm just going to show you an example so that you totally believe me. Look at this. This says Facebook user. Do you see that on the screen? I cannot see your name. So go ahead and just tell me, and I would be so happy to make sure that I give you that free ticket. So go ahead and send me an email. It looks like I have Diana Stoker, and I will send you this link. So be watching for that. And if you do not see it, make sure you email me. This is my email right here. Okay. Morning Star. Hey girl, I just saw you this morning. How are you? It's so fun to see you on here. And then Christina. Oh, Christina, can I totally talk to you later today? I have been having you on my mind, mainly when I'm laying in bed at night. That sounds really funny, but it's because I'm like, oh, I forgot to talk to her again. That's the only reason why, I swear. Okay, and then Zeitler. Oh, yes, you guys are awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send you some messages. Okay, it just says Aubrey. Aubrey what? Aubrey, what's your last name? So I can hook you up with that. And then I also would like to go ahead and share that link. This is the link that Denisha was talking about for the Danza. This is a free class online. Make sure you go and click on that link so that you can totally see it. Oh, it's Aubrey Shan. Yeah, and I didn't get to see you either in Boise, right? Like, that's so sad. I didn't get to see you. So if you, okay, so now I got free tickets for you too for Idaho Falls. So that'll be awesome. All right, very cool. So this link that is up on the screen and down in the comments that says songsandsouls.net/Danza class online, that is the free class that Denisha was talking about so that you guys can try it and experience it. And even if you haven't been to the conference and been in her class, or if there wasn't room in her class, you can totally go and check that out. So please do, because it's a lot of fun. All right, well, thank you guys so much. One more thing that I just want to add is if you are a practitioner and you're thinking about doing a vendor space, if you're in the health and wellness industry, if you're in the mind, body, and spirit industry, and you want to help people, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for the vendor information for you for the summer conference as well. It's crazy to think that we are literally over halfway full. When I looked at the map the other day, I know we still have to add like 10 more vendors on that map, and already so many spaces are claimed. But people know this is like our big 10-year spot, and we are so excited. I'm getting ready to go on TV next week so we can do a spot for that. We also have billboards that are going to be popping up and down the Wasatch Front in Utah. So if you happen to see one and you're not driving, go ahead and take a screenshot, because we have a basket of goodies that we're going to be giving to people who can see those and grab those images of those billboards. They're on the Blipboard, so that's all digital this time. And I can't wait for you guys to be sitting some pictures in. We've done that before, and it's a lot of fun to see those popping in. Again, we're expecting about 3,000 to 4,000 for that big conference. And more details are going to be added to that particular Facebook page. And I've also added the link for that as well. So here's the vendor information page. And oh my gosh, yes, Aubrey, I totally see your comments now. She's like, yo, I've been totally talking to you and I can't see. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit weird. Maybe you're in the Facebook group for the Energy Healing Conference. I think that that's the only time that it ever says it there. So yeah, that'll be really cool. Oh, okay. So Denisha says that the first link is for the paid course. This one right here, this is a different one. What is this one for, Denisha? I'm going to go ahead and pull you back on so that you can share that. That must be for the freebie, right?
Yes. So the first link I sent you that's for the dance to class registration, that's to go on and get some more information about this 10-week, 4-month program that we have. The second link that you just dropped that says Feel, Heal, Reveal freebie, that's the free class that I'm teaching that helps you understand more about how you can use music and movement. And I'd love to get that. Obviously, I want to get all of them to everyone, but that's the free one. And the other one is the paid course, just to clarify.
Yeah, thank you so much for that clarification. I appreciate that very much.
No problem.
And then I wanted to just go ahead and add your Instagram one more time as well, so that everybody can see that and go follow you. Because you drop some really fun videos and some good insights, and just like sometimes really good basic reminders. It's like, oh yeah, I should go walk my dog. Oh yeah, I should plan some time for self-care. Imagine that, So I just really appreciate that, and think that people will find a lot of value in that as well.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. And we'll see you next time. In fact, I have a friend from Guatemala who's going to be joining me for a Facebook Live tomorrow or maybe Monday. I'll let you guys know for sure. But Greg Jensen is the owner and founder of the nonprofit organization. My daughter actually earned her own money when she was only 16, flew to Guatemala just to do this humanitarian trip. And he does lots of leadership camps and all kinds of stuff. And I want you guys to know about him. So we'll be bringing him on soon. Be watching for that. And oh yeah, see you later, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Bye.